Canada offers one of the most convenient and open citizenship policies, rules, and regulations. As such, hundreds of thousands of people become eligible and apply for Canadian citizenship each year, and over 85% of permanent residents become Canadians. Today's comprehensive video provides an overview of Canadian citizenship eligibility criteria and the checklist. So stay tuned with our channel until the end of the video for an in-depth understanding of the whole procedure in a simple way. Let us discover the pathway from a Canadian permanent resident to a Canadian citizen. Canadian citizenship eligibility explanation and checklists. To begin today's video with the Canadian citizenship eligibility criteria explanation and checklist, let me remind you to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and smash the bell icon. Never miss any updates. There are certain eligibility requisites for a Canadian citizenship application. Here is a rundown of the main conditions. Permanent resident status. First, a candidate must have been a permanent resident of Canada and physically been in Canada for at least 3 of the last 5 years. There should not be any unfulfilled requirements associated with your PR status. It must not be in question. This means you must not be under review for fraud or immigration reasons. Even if your PR is expired, you can still apply for citizenship. If you have served in or with the Canadian Armed Forces, you might be able to apply through a fast-track process. Time permanent resident has lived in Canada. You must have been physically present in Canada for no less than 1,095 days during the 5-year period right before the date you sign your citizenship application. The condition applies to every candidate, regardless of age. Keeping a record of all your trips outside Canada will help to estimate your physical presence and meet Canada's immigration requirements. Do you know, applicants may now count each day they were physically present in Canada as a temporary resident or protected person before becoming a permanent resident as a half day towards meeting the physical presence requirements for citizenship up to a maximum credit of 365 days. Yes, they can. To determine whether exceptional circumstances exist, Canadian citizenship judges examine the specific facts and circumstances of each individual's case. Some factors which may, in some cases, lead Canadian citizenship judges to bend the 1,095-day rule as follows. The applicant is physically present in Canada for most of the required period other than the recent absence that occurred immediately before the application for Canadian citizenship was submitted. Even though the applicant leaves Canada on a regular basis, the applicant's immediate family and dependents continue to live in Canada. The applicant's overall pattern of physical presence in Canada indicates that he or she returns home to Canada and does not merely pay a visit to Canada. Despite repeated absences, the total number of days absent from Canada is relatively few. The physical absence from Canada is caused by a clearly temporary situation, such as employment or study abroad for a limited time. The quality of the applicant's connection with Canada is more substantial than that which exists with any other country, as reflected by the applicant's involvement in Canadian work and business ventures, community organizations, and payment of Canadian income tax. Please try to visit official Canadian government website posted in the description of this video for frequently asked questions about physical presence calculator. Income tax filling. Canadian immigration requirements also include meeting your personal income tax filling obligation. That's why, regardless of your age, under the Income Tax Act, you must meet your personal income tax filing obligations in 3 tax years that are partially or fully within the 5 years right before citizenship application. Language skills. In Canada, there are 2 official languages, English and French. You must prove that you can speak, listen, and write in one of these 2 languages to receive your citizenship. This means that you can take part in short conversations on daily topics, understand simple directions, questions, and instructions, and use basic grammar, including simple tenses and structures. If you're 18 to 54 years old, you must add proof that shows your English or French skill level. However, if you're under 18, then you don't have to meet these criteria. You must meet the Canadian Language Benchmark Level 4, CLB4, or higher in speaking and listening. How well you know Canada. To become a Canadian citizen, you will need to take a test of the knowledge requirement. You will need to answer questions about Canada's symbols, history, values, institutions, and responsibilities, rights, privileges of citizenship. The test is in English or French and 30 minutes long. It consists of 20 multiple-choice questions. 15 are passing marks. The Discover Canada Study Guide, an official guide, will help you prepare for the test. The audiobook, with some important preparatory notes, is also available on our channel. We've also uploaded 575 multiple-choice questions to help you assist in the test. You can refer to our previous videos to check them out. Prohibition. You may not be eligible to become a Canadian citizen for a period if you have committed a crime in or outside Canada. Time spent serving a term of imprisonment, on parole, or on probation doesn't count as time you have lived in Canada. Citizenship checklist. Once you understand all the eligibility criteria, this is the time to check your eligibility status. Before you apply for Canadian citizenship, you must check to see if you are eligible. These are a few reasons that can help you determine whether or not you meet the requirements to apply for citizenship. Have you been a permanent resident and been physically present in Canada for at least 3 of the last 5 years, or 1,095 days? Yes or no? You must tick yes if applicable. In the last 5 years, have you been outside of Canada for more than a total of 730 days? Yes or no? You must tick no if applicable. Have Canadian officials advised you to leave Canada or that you have unfulfilled conditions related to your PR status? Yes or no? You must tick no if applicable. Do any of the following statements apply to you? Yes or no? You must tick no if applicable. I have a criminal record. I'm facing criminal charges in or outside of Canada. I have been refused Canadian citizenship because of misrepresentation. I have had my Canadian citizenship revoked. I have not met the terms and conditions of my permanent resident status. Can you provide proof that you know English or French? Yes or no? You must tick yes if applicable. Did you file your personal income taxes if you were required to do so in the past 5 years? Yes or no? You must tick yes if applicable. If your answers match the above-mentioned yes or no responses, you are likely to meet the requirements to apply for Canadian citizenship. Once you're done with the eligibility criteria and checklist, the next step is to check your physical presence using a physical presence calculator to confirm you've been in Canada for the required 1,095 days in the past 5 years. How to do that? Well, in our next video, we will be explaining the process in more detail. That's all for today's video. Thank you for being with us throughout the whole video. Hope you enjoyed yourself and learned a lot. Don't forget to share your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe, share, and like the video in appreciation if you like it. Catch you in the next video. Until then, happy learning. Thank you.